way to collect and share information. So we're going to look today at the first stage of this, which is about designing the forms that we're going to use. The first question to ask ourselves before we even go into the Proactively system is, what do we want to achieve? Now, in my example today, I'm going to use it for trying to do a positive thing, so motivational, trying to find about good things that are going on within the organisation. And here's an example of what the sort of information I'd like to collect. This is a beautifully tidy tool store. I've decided what we want to do, how we're going to do it, how are we going to design our form so that it'll be successful. There's two stages. What's the information that's going to go in? We have to think about who we're aiming at, who's going to provide this information. This is going to be our employees, so we need to use the right language that is familiar to people in the organisation, not sort of overly technical. These people are always super busy, so if we can get it done as quickly as possible, ask as few questions as we need to get the information we want, and any sort of automatic data collection will be really useful. Then anything that is complicated is a lot less likely to happen, so make it as simple as possible so people don't have to think it's just really obvious what is needed, and if necessary we can include some support within the form to clarify anything that's needed. At this stage, also think about what we want to get out of the forms. So I am looking for some evidence of good practice that I can use to promote this initiative, and I can put on notice boards and things. So I'd like lots of photographs that I can use. I also want to link this to my company's objectives, so look at the objectives and see what data fields I need to collect that information. And then thirdly, I'm going to try and use this for appraisals, so I want to consider that. Okay, so let's now have a look at how we can use the Proactively system to design these forms. Proactively web app, and I'm in the form designer. You can see here. Right, on this form, on the right hand side, you can see that we have forms that have been published, which are the ones that will appear in the mobile app. We have drafts, which are the ones that I'm working on and thinking I might do something in the future, so you can't see those on the mobile app. And disabled ones, which are ones that I'm not going to use again, but we might be still collecting data, so or might still hold data on them, so we need to keep those in the system. So we're going to make a new form. Here in the drag and drop screen, you can see the questions, different sorts of questions here on the right hand side, and then on the left hand side we've got the device layout, so this is mimicking what will look like on the mobile phone or the tablet. So first of all, I'm going to give the form a name. We're looking at good practice, so I'm going to call it a well done form. Now let's make a very quick form using these ones across here. So first of all, let's start by dragging a plain text across. Oh, it didn't sit. Let's make it sit. There you go. So text, we want to say, please let us know if you see something good. Okay. Now, after this, we want to find out what people have seen. So we are going to put a question in and gather information from this question. Now, the information that we gather is going to be put into a pot, and we're going to be able to analyse on it. So the pot has to have a name. We want this to be about what we're going to collect, so we want to put some good things. We're going to call this pot good things. And the question could be, what have you seen? The placeholder is the bit that sits in the little box here that once you've started typing, if you can't remember what it is you're meant to be typing, that's the bit that sits there. So we can say as well, what have you seen? And there, it's a mandatory question because it's the whole purpose of the form. So here in the help text, we're able to describe what information we want to collect. So this is going to appear as a little eye on the right hand side of the box when you're looking at it in your mobile device, and we could say good things include, we've got good actions, for example wearing correct PPE. We could have good conditions, e.g. tidy work area, so lots of less trip hazards and things, or we could have a good idea. Okay, so when we press done, that's going to sit up there. Right, the next question down, we could say I want to know a location of it, so we can drag in the GPS coordinates and it will collect to within 5 meters. Oh, okay, it hasn't stuck. Come on. It will collect the location to within 5 meters. If you want to be more precise, then I suggest you include one of these text inputs and say, do you want to be in the kitchen, the bathroom, the living room? I don't know. If you use the GPS map, then that is going to place a pin on a map. Oops, it's not sticking again. Yeah, you've probably seen these on phones before, but we're not going to have that. We're going to have the automatic in the back section. Other information it's going to collect automatically are the date, the time, and the person who's actually making the report, so we'll know who their email address is. Right, the next question we should ask. Let's ask a question. Yes, no question. So this is going to ask, would you like to take a photo? Because some things need a photo, some don't. Now we can put in here, I think, yes, no, maybe we can call this yes, no, and set this up as a new field. So this pot called yes, no is now existing. What happens here is that we'll say, would you like to take a photo? And if it says yes, it's going to go through and offer you to take pictures, and if it says no, it'll jump a question. So we want to jump one question in this if the answer is no. And the help text here, we can say you can use the camera on your mobile phone or tablet. If you don't like the picture, oops, you can retake it. So let's take that. So now we want to put the take the photos in. So this is what's going to jump. It's not sticking very well. Let's have a look. Yeah. So we can take up to 3 photos, and I don't want to put any text in there. All right. And then last one that we haven't yet used is the category one. So this is the drop down. It's going to give us options, and we can say what category. Right, so the category is going to be things like, is it health, safety? So I'm going to put can I call it category? Yes, I can call it. So our box, our field this time that we're collecting it into is going to be the category field. It's going to be mandatory. And I don't need any help text because I think it's going to be obvious when we write this in, so we can be health, or we can be safety, or we can be environment, oops, or we can be security. Or if it doesn't fit into any of these, we can have an other. Now, when we see this in the phone, it's going to allow us to select one of these. Okay, so I've used all my different question types in there. So I made a very nice short form, and I can save it now. and then we'll be able to see it on a mobile device. Back to the list of forms and publish it. We can see our new well done form down here, and currently it's a draft, but let's publish it, and that should make it go live onto our mobile app. So let's go and have a look at that now. Okay, let's see the form working on my iPad. We'll log into the Proactively app, and I can see down the bottom here we've got the well done form that we've just produced. I'm safe to use it, and now have we seen something good? What have we seen? Let's click on the I bit there. Good things, good actions, good conditions. Oh, what have I got? I've got a nice new chair. So I shall write that in there. Would I like to take a photo of it? Yes, I'd love to take a photo. I'm going to turn around and get the camera go. Chair. Yeah, I can use that photo. What category is this? It's a health thing because it's going to be very good for my back, the ergonomics, and I send that. Yes, thank you very much. It's all been captured. That was super easy. I've said my form, and I hope you know a bit more about Form Designer and how to collect the information that you need. Thank you very much.